Okay. Day 2 of word problems. You need to take notes on this sheet. You need to take notes on this sheet. So, number 1, Elise and Abby. What? No. Elise and Abby are both saving money for their trip. The table below shows the models for the amount of money Elise and Abby saved after X weeks. After how many weeks will Elise and Abby have the same amount of money? Please circle same. Please circle same. If you and I have the same amount of money, what does that mean about our money? It's equal. Please put an equal sign with the word same. Please put an equal sign. What 2 things do we want to be equal? Good. We want Elise's money to be equal to Abby's money. We want Elise's money to be equal to Abby's money. Tyler, what did they give us for Elise's money? What function? Good. Blake, what function do they give us for Abby's money? Good. So I want to put 1 on the left side of the equals and 1 on the right side of the equals. And I put equals because it said same. So this is how I want you to set it up. Okay? Anytime there is an equal sign, what else do I want you to do? Draw a line. Draw a line. X is over here. Numbers over here. Ross, what's something that needs to move? What? I want the x's to come over here. So what x needs to come over here? So I'm going to minus 11x. Andrew, what else needs to move? Odin, 5x minus 11x. Devin, 2 minus 18.
Wait, where you say you did the 20?
Sorry. I was doing it in my head. So sorry, 20 moves over here, negative 20. So what's 2 minus 20? Negative 18. Okay, and Ashley B, what do we do last? And Ashley B, how many times does negative 6 go into negative 18? Very good. Negative by a negative is a positive. 3 what?
3x. No.
3 weeks. After how many weeks? This means 3 weeks. Okay. All right, number 2. Number 2. Chris needs to rent a moving truck. Suppose company A charges a rate of $40 per day and company B charges $20 per day plus a flat $60 fee up front. For what number of days is the cost of the 2 companies the same? Ashley C, what word do I want you to circle? Stephen, what does same mean? Put what symbol? So I'm going to put an equal sign. Destiny, what 2 things do I want to be equal? Good. Company A and company B. So this is your first step to figure out what is equal. This is your first step. Put what is equal to what. Okay? Tyler, tell me about company A. So how do I write that mathematically, Tyler? Very good. 40x. Okay? Abby, tell me about company B. So, Mateen, how do I write that mathematically? Very good. Okay. In this class, whenever we have equals, it doesn't matter what type of word problem it was. When there's an equals, you draw your line, you put x's on the left and numbers on the right. Okay. Stephen, what needs to move on this one? And it becomes Molly, 40x minus 20x. And Caitlin, what do I do next? That's okay, right here. Good. So here, it's just how many times 20 goes into 6. So let me count by 20s. 20, then 40 and then 60. So how many times? 3 again. Okay. What is that one? 3 what? 3 days. Okay. All right. Number 3, we're going to do one sentence at a time. Caitlin, read the first sentence. Odin. Blake. Destiny. And Summer. Good. Okay, so for this one, Nadia, what should we do first? Circle the word same and put in equals. So you need to do that on your paper when you have homework, all right? When you have a quiz tomorrow, you need to do these same steps. You need to circle the word same and put in equals. You need to do this on your quiz tomorrow, okay? Molly, what 2 things do we want to be equal? What are the 2 places, though? So we want Old Mill Pond to be equal to Long Lake Park. All right, Stephen, help me with Old Mill Pond. What can I write down for it? What? Is there anything else that we have to put for Old Mill Pond? So what do I put right here between them? And what's the 625 for? So I have to put a Okay, good. Let's see. Ross, tell me about Long Lake Park. Very good. Okay. And I want you to draw a line. So there's an equals. X is over here. Numbers over here. So I'm going to move 7.5 over here and subtract it. And I'm going to move 300 over here and subtract it. All right, this is a good one to do a chart on. Is the 625 positive or negative? And the 7.5 is? Okay, so remember I don't put any signs down here. I just write the numbers. What do you have to do next on the chart? Move it, move the smallest one, move it, lose it. So 750 minus 625. So I got to borrow 4, 10. That's a 5, a 2, and a 1. Is it positive or negative 125? Negative. Okay. A lot of you can do this without a chart. What's 200 minus 300? Good. Negative 100. And Blake, what do I do next here? Do I multiply or divide these, Blake? Divide them. Okay. All right. So, Ashley C, a negative divided by a negative is going to give us a positive. 125 into 1.25 into 100. Caitlin, what do I have to do when there's decimals out here? And what do I do in here? All right. So 125 into 100 won't work, but 125 into 1,000. Help me count by 125s. 125, 250, 375, 500, 625, 875, 1,000. So how many times? 8. And that gave us exactly 1,000. Gives me a 0. Drop down my other 0. And you got to go all the way to the edge. We're not there yet. How many times will 125 go into 0? So that gives you positive 80. 80 what? people. Okay. All right, how many we got left? All right, here we go. You don't have to write all that down. Do you have this? Write this. X equals. Yeah, that's good, Stephen. Okay. All right, number 4. Tyler, read the first sentence. Good. Devin.
They have gathered the following information from close associates.
Good. Nadia. The bottom part. Good. Andrew, what word should I circle? Very good. Okay, guys, when I see total cost, there's 2 things I need to do. 2 things. One is I have to deal with this $12.50. If $12.50 is the total, where does $12.50 go? After an equals. Very good. If something's a total, it goes after the equals. Okay, that's one thing the word total tells me. What else does the word total tell me I'm going to do? I'm going to have to add something. Total also tells me I'm going to have to add something. So I'm adding up the cost of a dance. So what was one cost of the dance? $200 for the custodian. So I had to pay $200. Total means I'm adding. So I'm going to put a plus. What else did I have to pay for? DJ, which is 300. Okay, so 200 plus 300. Give people a minute to write that down. Then I also had to pay for dinner. What does it say about the dinner? Good. So what does that mean? 10x. Very good. Per person, I'm going to have to put an x with it. 10x. Per person. When it says each person or per person or every person, that's when we have to use a variable. Okay? And what was the last thing I had to pay for? $5 per person. So how do I write that? 5x. Okay. Now, there's a couple of different ways to do it. I think the easiest way, of course, I'm going to draw my line. I think the easiest way is to go ahead and add these together. So what's 200 and 300? 500. I think that's the easiest way to do it. What is 10x and 5x? 15x. So that just kind of makes things a little simpler, okay? Now, out of these 2, which one has to move? The 500. Why does the 500 have to move? It's not an x, it's just a number. So I minus 500. So 0 minus 0 is 0, 5 minus 0 is 5, 12 minus 5 is 7. So I get 750, and I'm going to drop down my 15x. Okay. All right, Abby, what am I going to do next? X equals. All right, Mateen, 15 into 75. Help me count by 15s. What will come after 15? Uh-huh. 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 Very good. So how many times? 5. So I put a 5 here. So 15 times 5 is 75. Tyler, what do you do next? It gives me 0. Uh-huh. Which is? So you get x equals 50. Okay. All right, 50 what? People. Good. 50 people. Okay. All right, and the last one, number 5. We'll do it sentence by sentence. Mateen. Good. Molly. Good. Ashley C. Steve. Steven? Okay, good. So let's circle some stuff that's important in that long problem. Summer, what's something I should circle? Very good. That's really important. Everyone is splitting a bag of peanuts and a large box of popcorn. Molly, what does that mean? How many bags of peanuts are we buying? We're just buying one bag of peanuts. So I'm going to put a 1 on my table. Devin, how many large popcorns are we buying? How many are we buying, though? Andrew? Yeah, why are we only buying one? And they're splitting it. Yep, they're splitting it. Okay. Destiny, what else should I circle in the problem? Everyone wants their own drink, which means I have to pay $2.25 what? Very good. Per person, or some of y'all were just saying you could put an X with it. That's fine too. Okay. Ashley B, what about the hot dogs? What's it say about those? So that means it's $1.75. Per person as well. Okay. And Nadia, what's something else that's important in this? Total of $55.50. Okay. All right. Caitlin, what's one thing I should write over here to make my equation? Good. Equals 55.50. So my total goes after the equals. Tyler, something else that I should write over here. What's it start with? And then Ashley, what comes after the 4? Abby, what comes after 350? Oh, sorry, I meant Ashley C. Abby, what comes after the 350? Very good. 225x, because it's per person. And Mateen? Okay, so I'm going to draw my line. Steven, what should I do next? Good. So that gives me 750. And what else, Steven? So $2 and $1 is $3, but then I have 25-cent and 75-cent. So how much total will that give me? So I got $2, right, and $1. That's $3. But then I have 25-cent and 75-cent. But I already had 3, so how many total is that? 4. So 4x goes here. Okay. Odin, what do you do next? Right here, 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. Your decimal comes straight down. 55 minus 7 is 48. And you drop down your 4x. Now, you can do long division, but some of y'all know that. What's 48 divided by 4? 12. So you don't have to do long division on that one. X is 12. Okay. All right. We do actually have one more, but you don't have to write it down. Okay, we're just going to talk about it. All right. Joe bought 6 chairs and 1 table without tax. The total was $154.50. Which equation could be used to determine the price for each chair if the table costs $38? Blake, tell me one answer that's wrong and why. One answer that's wrong. What? Why? Very good. The total wasn't after the equals. Good. Steven, what's another answer that's wrong and why? Why is A wrong? What does total mean to do? And what did they do in A? Subtracted. And Tyler, what other one's wrong? D, why? And also it has this 25. Is 25 even up there? No. Okay. All right, OYO time.